This is the program Transforming Lives One at a Time. On this program, we delve into topics that directly and indirectly affect the human experience. Well, our topic today is speaking to the queen in our women. What more can we do to bring out that inner beauty in our women so we can become the best version of ourselves? My guest today is Mrs. Shorn Daniel from Tobago. She's a certified image consultant, etiquette coach, and esthetician. She's a founder and owner of Flawless Image Consultants and Facials by Miss Flawless Spa. Mrs. Daniel, welcome to Transforming Lives One at a Time.
Thank you so much, Lady D.
Yes.
It's a pleasure being here.
And I'm hoping that 2025 started off really well for you.
It has. I give God all the praise, all the honor and glory, and the same to you and your crew.
Yes.
And this program.
Thank you so much. Well, Mrs. Daniel, when we talk about the conduct of a queen, immediately certain things would stand out. Her mannerism, her tone, the way she presents herself, her general deportment, and the list goes on. We are also aware that how a woman presents herself can most definitely have a positive or a negative impact.
Definitely.
And effect.
Yes.
And as it relates to bringing out the queen in our women, what are some of the things that we have to look at or consider?
When you know you're saying this, and my mind is just reeling, because it's something I'm very passionate about. Anybody that knows me know I'm really passionate about encouraging women to be the best version of themselves.
Yes.
So, sometimes we would address women as high queen. It's not an outward appearance. I mean, yes, we are very visual, so we see that, but it starts from the inside. How do you feel about yourself? Do you love yourself? There are people that don't look at themselves in the mirror. When you look at yourself in the mirror, what do you see? But most importantly, I believe it's finding out who you are. And of course, how do we get that? From that manual, God.
Yes.
He says who you are. So as this woman, you're a kingdom woman. I don't say anymore I'm a Christian. I'm a kingdom woman. And if you're a kingdom woman, you represent the Most High God. You represent the King. You're a queen. So the fruits of the Spirit is what I could only think about. That kindness, being loving, all those things, being gentle, being patient. Those are the things that are going to start from the inside out. And outside is where you see how you will carry yourself. Your mannerisms. Do you think that I want people to know that it's not because I'm saying these things. I had a lot of work to do on me. I had to allow God, I should say, to work on me, to be kinder. First, to be kind to myself.
Yes.
And if you're kind to yourself, you're kind to others. To work on anger, because life can hit you some blows that can make you angry.
Indeed.
And bitter. And if you're angry and you're bitter, you're not going to show that you're loving and kind. You're going to be angry and bitter to others. So it's having God to do that work in you and understanding that I am that queen because I belong to God. And if you don't know that, then you're going to be all over and people are going to be telling you differently who you are and what you are. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's basically how I feel about that queen. Because people can put on the facade, oh, I'm a girl's girl and I'm kind to women and I'm kind and I'm loving, but you're not. That's a facade, and when life hits you,
Yes.
and the real you come out, then you're in all shock.
Yes.
So yes, your deportment, your manners, all those things are important. That's what people see, but that doesn't start from putting on something. That's from the inside out. Yeah?
Yes, as we converse about speaking to the queen in our women, let's chat a bit about our roles and responsibilities. I know there are many.
our roles and responsibilities as women, or as that queen. As women, it's a lot for us. We carry a lot. I would like to say different women in their lives have different roles,
yes,
in different seasons. Couple years ago, couple decades ago, I was solely taking care of my children. And that was my role then. My home and my children. I left a job and I decided. My husband did not decide. Of course, I had that conversation.
Yes.
Listen, I really want to stay at home and take care of my children. My family, my close friends, girl, you're mad. You're doing that. You're just married. You have a mortgage, But that is what God placed on my heart to do. So at that season, that's what I did. I took care of my children. No regrets. Then I moved into a season, again, of entrepreneurship, even while I was taking care of the kids. And then kids are grown. I'm fully an entrepreneur doing what I want to do, but there are other seasons now. I am still focused on taking care of my husband because he has some challenges. So for us, seasons, so I don't think we should label, this is what you should do. You should cook, you should clean, you should get a job, no. Different seasons in our lives as women. And I think as women, embrace every season, because that's where the learning comes, and that's where the wisdom comes, and that's where the desire to really seek God's face more, to handle those challenges that come in those seasons.
Yes.
So it's not labeling, oh, as a woman you should do this, as a woman you should do that, as a woman you should, no. Seasons, and understanding that God has a plan and God has a purpose for your life, even in those seasons.
Yes. Well, even as we navigate, because as you rightfully said, seasons, and you will have to do various transitions.
Definitely.
So let's talk about navigating those different areas.
And I am telling you the truth, and I could only use my life, because you don't want to look at somebody else's life and talk on that, right? I'm not an expert on other people's lives, but my life. The transition could be scary, because you honestly don't know how to. I didn't know how to be a mother. That might sound weird, I'm a woman, right? I should know. But I suffer from postpartum, I suffer from depression, but thank God I had a supportive husband.
Yes.
I didn't know how to, I didn't even know how to be a wife. Because you see, before I became a believer, a Christian, the world tell you, don't let a man rule you, right? And then I grew up in a household of very strong women, and that's what you heard.
Yes.
Don't let a man control you. So you have this, you can't tell me what to do. And it's not that he was telling me what to do. So all those things I had to learn. And I am saying that the Holy Spirit taught me a lot of things. It may sound weird to some people, but this is my experience. Go into that manual. Who am I? Who is Shorn DesVigves Daniel? It's not the model. It's not the experiences that I had. Yeah, that helped to build character. That helped to kind of mesh the fabric together that made me who I am today. Yeah. So I had to seek God's face for a lot of guidance. Yeah, I was going to church, and yes, I love the word of God that was preached, but some of the things didn't relate to what I was going through. Submission was a major issue for me. Like, submit to what?
Right.
But then I soon learned that, because I wanted to be, and that was my prayer, God, I want to be the best version of Shorn that you want me to be. Okay. I want to be the best wife. I want to be the best mother, because I don't know.
Yes.
I read every book on motherhood. I read every book on how to be a submissive wife.
Yes.
I read it. But it was spending time in God's presence that helped to mold and shape me, and that transition we're talking about, okay, it's not going this way now, it's going that way. So rest in God. He got this. He can do this. It was a battle.
Right.
It was a battle. And I know we're going all over the place here, but then as children grow, I am now aging. Oh my God, is my life, did I waste my life?
Yes.
Did I look in the mirror and sometimes, who are you? Again?
Yes.
I don't recognize this person that I knew 5 years ago.
Right.
And that's fine.
Yes.
And I wish we can talk about aging a bit, but yeah. So the transition and everything, not to mention, you have health issues.
Yes, coming in there.
Coming in there as you aging and the children growing up and financial situations. Listen, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And I am saying it is only by God's grace that I am here.
Yes.
And there was a time, menopause hit you, transition again.
Another one.
Another one.
Yes.
What do you do? I thought I was going mad. Why am I hot? Why am I cold? Why am I angry? Why am I want to kill somebody?
Yes.
Why I can't stand my husband? Why just leave me alone? Transition, but you still have to cope with family life and business.
Wow. It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot that women carry. It's a lot.
You know, and it is just a lot.
Yes.
But not to scare the younger chicks. Listen, seeking God's face for, Lord, I can't do this. I need help. Having people around you,
Yes.
other women, which are few.
Right. Because I was just about to get into that in terms of having that proper support system.
Yes.
And even talking about women supporting other women.
Oh my God.
So you're right, Auntie, continue with
So
that.
we on track?
Yes.
Listen, there were times in my life when, and in the seasons, So let's go back again. I talk my business to when I got married. My household was, as I said, a family of women, businesswomen, educated women, no man in sight. Grandpa died, grandma never remarried. She's a businesswoman, she managing her life, sending her children to school. So I saw that.
Yes.
I saw that. And this woman seemed to be doing well, you know, and we're fine. So I am here, have kids, I'm married now. I can handle my scene, you know. If I want whatever, I can buy whatever.
Right.
You know, that's the mindset, yeah?
Yes.
But there are things that will come up, and I have to thank God for women like Sister Gertrude George.
Okay, yes.
Deceased.
Yes.
Oh my God. I remember being a young married woman, and I want to leave my husband because how dare you tell me to iron your shirt, hello? you know? Iron what? So why you iron your shirt, boss?
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And it was not a command.
Okay.
But because of my mindset,
Yeah.
and nobody really teaching me how to be a wife, challenges. And I went to Sister Gertrude and said, I don't think I'm going to be married again. This is like 4 months into the marriage, right? And she said, Shorn, you need to calm down.
Yes.
And she, you know, she spoke with me, and she was very honest and loving.
Yes.
There was another lady, Sister Maraj, Sister Gail Allen, Reverend Gail Allen,
Yes.
you know, Sister Armstrong. These women were and still are the people, you know, that I can talk to, you know. So they helped me to understand, and they were quite honest. Now, I made a mistake once to talk to someone who I thought pastor's wife.
Yes.
And she was like, girl, they're man. So I'm saying, if you're getting their man, leave that alone. Because sister has her issues that she hasn't dealt with. But we need to support each other. And older women, other women, we need to encourage and be honest. You know, we don't say, girl, well, I've experienced that. Let's say a woman had an abortion, and I go in there. And you experienced that. There's some, especially believers, we want to pretend as if.
Yes.
We never do that, you know. You see, my husband is my first man.
Right. We're not being real.
And I kept myself until I met him
Yes.
when I was 25. I don't know nothing about sex. I don't know nothing but chick been out there.
Yeah.
But she want to have this holier than thou. No, the young women don't need that. Women don't need that. We need to hear the truth. We need the support to say, I know what you're going through. I've been there.
Yes.
Don't be ashamed. I've been there. God has forgiven you. Maybe the issues you haven't forgiven yourself.
Correct.
Yeah?
Correct.
But we need that support without judgment. You divorce, I've been there. I know. I may not experience a divorce, but my sister, and I know, and I know,
Yes.
and I know, yeah. And that's what we need.
So we need persons being more honest.
Honest.
Being more open and
Yes.
real. Because that is the only way that we can really be able to help others.
Of course.
Because if someone is coming to you, they consider you, they come and they confide in you, and they are going through an issue that you would have gone through, it is important for you to share. Encourage them. Listen, because many times as women we go through things and we have the opinion in our minds that we are the only ones going through
and
it.
that's a plan of the enemy, to think that you are the only one
person. It's as if you
in
are
the
targeted.
whole world that's ever been through that.
Yes.
And the thing is, I want to encourage women, don't be ashamed of what you've experienced, because 99.9% of the times it's not for you alone.
Exactly.
It's never for you alone.
So own it.
Own it.
Own it.
And it doesn't define you, It does not define you. It helps to build your character if you take it that way. Now, if you decide to be bitter about it and be bitter and them man,
Yes.
and them man, and I want us women first to stop them man too.
Yes.
It is sad because we have some good men.
Very good men.
We have some very good men.
men.
We have some men that need to be made over, but that's an next story. And but we need to stop that, because what we speak into the atmosphere, it's not going to help, because men need support as well.
Of course.
Yeah? But as women, man, if we could only unite, if we could only support each other, and that word confidentiality, listen to me. If I tell you, girl, I went on a thief a dog, unless the police get involved, hold that.
Yes.
Hold that and say, okay, well, chick, that was wrong, And be honest.
Of course.
Be honest with the person. I say, that was not a real, that was not a good thing to do. So we're going to do better. Why you think you do it? Kind of help the person.
Yes.
I say, yeah, well, I really did steal at a point in time, and I did it because.
Yes.
And because you had the experience, you are now able to help that person understand why they did what they did. Yeah?
Yes.
So, what they say on the social media, we listen, we don't judge. But it's to encourage and hold each other accountable.
Yes, of course. Accountability is very, very important.
You cannot tell me I am cheating on my husband. I say, girl, well, yeah, sometimes some of them need to be cheated on. Nah. Hold sis accountable, and why do you do that? I mean, even if things are not going the way you want it to go, that's not the way it should go. How is that helping you?
Of course.
So accountability is very, very important if we are going to support each other. Now, some people don't want to hear the truth, and we just leave them at that.
Well, yes. They cannot face the truth.
They can't face the truth. And until they're ready, be there. Be there.
That support system,
support
very,
system
very important.
Is very, very important.
And bringing hope, because hope is a word, and we're going to talk a little bit about that just after the break. I see we're coming up to the break. Bringing back that hope in our women, that even if things did not go as you planned in your life, because life happens. Things happen that you did not cater for. Precisely.
Seasons.
So you go in, you have various experiences, but at the end of the day, in spite of whatever, there is still hope.
There is still
and that is what we want to bring to our women.
Hope.
That sense of hopelessness will be gone, and we can recognize that once there is life, we have hope.
Definitely.
And on this, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. You're viewing Transforming Lives One at a Time. Stay with us.
If you're wondering where to find top-tier quality tiles and products to refurbish or renovate your wall, floor or pool, well, your worry is over. Come to DesVigves Tile and Ceiling Center, Store Bay Local Road, opposite the Bonnecourt Primary School, Tobago, where you will find porcelain, mosaic and ceramic tiles of the highest quality guaranteed. DesVigves Tile and Ceiling Center also stocks thinset, grout, tile cutters and yes, windows. Plus a friendly smile and service that's second to none awaits you. So forget the hassle and get all the quality tiles you need right here in Tobago at DesVigves Tile and Ceiling Center. Call us today at 460-8802, 639-8281. Opens Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m.
Welcome back to the program. Today my guest, Mrs. Shorn DesVigves Daniel, and we are speaking women issues. Yeah, I think that is the best way to put it. Okay, I would like you to expound on the importance of our young women, especially, adopting that mindset where they take seriously responsibility for their actions, their choices, their decisions, and not just settling for mediocrity and selling themselves short.
That's a loaded question,
Yes.
right? Yeah, that's a whole lot of stuff. Let's look at a girl being raised by so good parents.
Yes.
Loving father, loving mother, even not single parent home, right? But everything is catered to her, everything is fine. She probably went to high school, university, all the great stuff.
Yes.
But there's something missing. And that thing that I believe that, because I have 4 daughters, that is missing is that young lady understanding again and coming back to say who she is.
Okay.
No, mommy and daddy or mommy or whoever or auntie or whoever would have said, listen, you're beautiful, you know, you're so intelligent, all the good stuff.
Yes.
But hear what? All they're saying, they're competing with social media. They're competing with the world, and that's what people don't understand. That social media and the friends and all that great influence.
Yes.
I remember when I was doing the etiquette program, there was this lady. She had beautiful daughters, but they're very dark. And I'm always, oh my God, they're so gorgeous. But they were so insecure because at school, on our island,
Yes.
with black people,
Right.
I say black people, people of color, they were saying to these young kids, all you're black and all you're ugly, all you look good, all your nose broad, or whatever. And it hit me, we have colorism here still, you know? So these girls felt so insecure. I remember one of them making really a bad decision. She had a baby and whatever. So coming back to say, so as a parent, you could do all these things and you can't understand why. And I think as young women, it comes back to needing the older women, as we were talking before.
Yes.
Support system from auntie and grandma and teachers.
It takes a village.
At school, yes, it takes
Again.
a village to say, no, darling, that's not true.
Yes.
Because the enemy of our souls will whisper in your ear, well, you ain't good enough. This boy like you, let me look at that. This boy like you. You know, everybody else in school have boyfriend, you could have boyfriend. But my daughter and I were talking about something. If you like a guy so much, if you like him so much, do you like yourself as much as you like him?
Right. You have to like yourself more.
Do you like yourself as much as you like this guy? So it comes to self-love, and I
Yes.
think people don't talk about that enough. When I look at myself in the mirror, what do I see? You have a woman who are educated. And I'm not saying somebody's better than somebody, that kind of thing. That's not what I'm
Yes.
saying. But they're educated. And when the Bible talks about being unequally yoked, it's not just religion or what church you just go to or your beliefs. That's important. Your financial status, let me talk about that.
Yes.
Your values. Play in your league. It might sound off to some
Right.
people, but you must have some standard. You must have some value of who you are and what you want. And that's the next thing. I know we're talking a lot here about what's my purpose? Destiny. Where am I going? I align myself with someone. What do you want? What do you want for your life? Do we want the same things?
Right.
You know?
Are you compatible?
Exactly. Do we want the same things? Well, nobody really like me, so he liked me, so I got settled.
So just settle.
No, sister. Give yourself time, and I think a lot of young women, because they don't know who they are, they never give themselves time. And I wish somebody told me that
Yes.
when I was younger. Relax, give yourself time. So I don't know about other women, but I've done the work, and I've spoken to Shorn back then. He said, girlfriend, it's going to be all right. You
Yes.
did good. Forgive yourself,
Of
move
course.
on. You're all right. So I'm now in that space where I could tell you, young woman, hey, you see that? Leave that alone.
Yeah.
Focus on you. That same love and attention you're giving to Johnny Boy, give it to yourself. Figure out who you are, what I could do, you know, how I could improve myself. And when you do that, the right person will line up. But sometimes we get so caught up in at 35 and I ain't married yet.
Yes. And society brings that kind of pressure.
Yes, at 35 and I ain't married yet. But my friends,
the clock is ticking.
yes, the clock is ticking, your biological clock,
Yes.
and all this. And even a young girl, everybody in my group have a boyfriend. I don't have no boyfriend.
Right.
So this body come and he look good on paper.
Okay.
But on paper, I mean the look.
Yes.
But there's nothing. It's an empty vessel. I think young women, it's not that you're thinking about marriage, but you're thinking about what's my future going to look like
Yes.
with this person. Do I want to align myself with somebody who is clearly not going anywhere? Am I so lonely that, well, you kind of stupid, you know.
But
Desperation. You see that but? I you know, he's talked to me kind of rough, you know, but. You see Valentine coming up, you know,
Yes.
I think he'll bring the flowers. With the same flowers he give you, I give you a good punch in your eye too. But it's okay now because, you know, I could post it on social media.
Yes. Yes.
You know, so what do you want for you? And come to that place of accountability when you're 18 and 19 and
Yes,
20
of
and you
course.
can't blame mommy anymore. What do I want? Who am I? And listen, that's a question. Young ladies, keep asking all yourself that question. Who am I? If you don't know, you got a manual.
Yes, of
the
course.
Bible.
And it talks about self-esteem, because
Of
self-esteem
course.
comes into the picture. How do you
Of
build
course.
confidence
How do
in
you
yourself?
build that confidence? Listen, I lived in Romans, because in Romans it's, I'm forgiven. I could forgive myself. Those things are past. All right, let me look forward to the future. Find out, listen man, search the scripture, find out what God says about you. Who is thee? Who is Shorn? Who, you know?
Yes.
Find out, write it down. Write down those things. There was a scripture when I just got saved. I think it's in Proverbs. It's escaped my mind, no, but I lived in that for years because it encouraged me so much.
Yes.
And you see that scripture, greater is he that is in me, that's in the world. So that manual,
Yes.
We have manual for the phone.
For
you have
everything.
manual for the phone. You have manual for everything. 90% of the time we don't read everything, eh?
True.
I have a new dryer, trust me.
Just the
all
key
I know
things.
is to start.
Yes.
And what else?
And who knows, it may be a smart dryer and you're not aware.
I'm not aware, and there's so many things I'm sure it could do.
Yes.
So it's the same thing. Look at that manual that God has given us, which is the Bible. You have Bible on your phone, you have Bible wherever, and find out what does God say about me? You know? And with that, I think you wouldn't settle for less.
Yes.
You wouldn't settle for what you're worth. Because you've been bought with a price.
You are valuable.
Of course.
You have worth.
Of course.
And the quicker our women realize that, we'll be in a much better position.
We would be in a much better position.
Well, we cannot be naive that some women operate in mediocrity. And many times it's because of certain mindsets. Maybe persons would have said things to them. You will never account to anything.
Oh, yeah.
That business you're going to start there, don't even waste your time. It's not going to work. And these are the influential persons in our lives that when they speak, you think, well, that's the law there. So I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not worth much. Whatever I put my hands to do, I will not succeed. But I am of the view that we need to kill that weak version of ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
And take a deeper look into our own lives as to who we can become.
Of course.
And my question is, how crucial is self-esteem in the scheme of things and operating with that level of confidence?
Well, I want to go back to, you talking about the people in your life, like your family.
Yes.
Your family are the people you look to for support first, right?
Of course.
And your mom, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, whoever is around you, and you look to them to encourage you.
Yes.
Again, using my own life. I had 2 children before I was married. Not my plan. That was not what I wanted.
Right.
It happened. I had 2 children. When I had my first child, I was like, okay, so I have my first child, fine, I'm going to make this work, I'm going to be best mommy.
Yes.
And I had my second child. I said, God, I'm not married. I'm done for. What Nigerians say, I'm finished.
Yes, I'm finished.
And my mother said to me, well, so like you. So you better settle for that because you're damaged goods.
Oh my. Wow.
Yeah, she's alive, so she could hear that. That's okay. You're damaged goods. That stayed with me for years. Every picture I had on the wall, I took it down. Because when I look into my eyes, there was such a darkness and a sadness.
Yes.
And I carried that in my mind for years. The decisions that I made was based on what she said. You're damaged. If something is damaged, you put it on sale or you give it away, right? So that was with me.
Wow.
And it took therapy, and it took prayer, and it took deliverance. And not deliverance where we see in church for a long time.
Yes.
It took going to God for myself and saying, Lord, I don't like how I feel, because there was such a sadness. Even when I got married, I didn't believe that a man could love me. I couldn't believe that my husband loved me, How could a man love something that was damaged?
Wow.
But God. And when I understood that every experience shown that you've been through is for what I'm doing here today.
Precisely. Wow.
You understand? So what the devil means for evil in your life,
yes,
God turned it around for good. So I'm saying to mothers, let's talk to mothers.
Yes.
Be careful what you say to your children.
It can impact.
Fathers, be careful. But let me tell you what that is. Projection.
Yes.
Because you see, sometimes as a parent, you don't feel good about yourself.
Right.
So you project. But don't be angry with them. They're only doing what they know what to do.
Precisely.
Don't be angry.
Wow.
Forgive and move on.
But you have to forgive.
You have to forgive, and that's another thing.
I mean, something like that, I could only imagine the kind of emotional scar that would have caused.
Girl, listen.
And kept you and pushed you back probably at 15, 20 years.
I didn't think that I could articulate, so I was very quiet.
Yes.
I always was nervous. Remember, I'm damaged, right?
Right. So you almost have to stay, as it were, in the back of the class.
Yes.
You don't want to be in the spotlight.
So even that, I thought I was so dumb. I didn't go to university. Everybody else went. I didn't go. But God had a plan and a purpose for my life.
Wow.
And listen, how can I not serve my God?
Yes, yes, yes.
Beauty for ashes is walking, Shorn, Daniel, I'm just saying, right?
Yes, yes.
So we need to be careful what we speak into people's lives, even in the workplace. Because you may have a young lady that's so vulnerable.
Yes.
That she's already getting stressed at home.
Of course.
And you might be a supervisor. You say, you're stupid, you're this.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was stupid. I thought, girl, you're so dumb.
Yeah.
You know? But God.
So we have to take, as adults, we have to take more responsibility for our actions.
Definitely.
What we say. Because the things that we say has the potential to destroy lives or to uplift lives.
Definitely. And what legacy are you leaving as because we're talking about women, what legacy are you leaving as an older woman? Are you going to be that bitter woman in church? Or that bitter woman on the job? You know, or are you going to be that woman? Say, yes, this woman encouraged me when I was going through a really bad time, or you know, and it's not much. It's just saying, Dee, you are so beautiful. You look so lovely in that red dress, and you know, I love that haircut, which I do. You know, look at your skin. Look, you know, just words of affirmation and blessings. But that could only come, babes, if you're good with you.
And if you have it, because if you don't have something on the inside of you cannot bring it out.
No, even if you fake it. Like, I remember I went somewhere and I could never figure out why this woman didn't like me. And she would give me backhanded comments or compliments. Yeah. She tried to lift me up and then she could drag me down. That kind of thing, kind of thing. And I said to her one day, you are so beautiful. Huh? And she was like, what? I said, yes, you are. And honestly, she just didn't know. She just didn't know. So she would be so sarcastic. So one day I said to her, she said something to me. I said, oh, thank you. She said, I said, if that was sarcasm, I said, girl, that'll work on me, you know, because I don't get it. Honestly, I don't get sarcasm. I really don't. I said, so that's wasted on me. But you don't take those things personally, yeah?
Right.
Because it's what they have, that's what they're given.
Well, that's it. That's it. Wow.
That's what they're given.
That is just something else. You know, sometimes we hear about habits women will can adopt in this self-improvement and development journey. Things that we could include in our daily routines. How crucial is consistency in all of this?
What do you want for yourself? Health for me is a big thing. I have been battling when I was younger with as I said, depression and that kind of thing, and how it affected my physical body. And so understanding that, listen, consistency in what we eat, what we consume, because again, do I love my body enough, this vessel that God gave me, this earthly vessel that God gave me to take care of it? Consistency in what you consume. What do I eat? Do I plan to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. What am I going to eat? So that's it. So it's a holistic thing we're talking about. Consistency in your prayer life. And that's something we don't talk about. And people feel prayer is kneeling down. You pray constantly.
Yes.
Throughout the day. Just saying something like, God help me. Father, I thank you. Lord, this program, Lord, going real good. Thank you. You know, or thank you for this meal. Or,
yes.
Lord, oh my God, that sky is beautiful. Just that communion, just that, you know, that's consistency. Your worship is not singing the songs, that's worship.
Right.
That consistency in exercising. And this has nothing to do with shape. We need to come out of that.
Yes.
This is healthy living. And healthy living is not just diet. It's holistic. Your sleep pattern, and as women, honey, that will be a challenge when you hit the menopause phase. But, you know, your friendships, your relationships, you know, all those things are important. Consistency in setting boundaries. Listen.
Yes, boundaries. That's a big topic.
Consider, you know, that kind of, no, I am not doing X, I'm not doing Y. No is a,
yes.
I'm not doing that. I'm not taking part in X, I'm not taking part in Y. I am not doing those things because it doesn't line up.
Yes, understood.
With my values, it doesn't line up. You know, so being consistent in the way you present yourself.
Yes.
So I was telling some women recently, don't go to the grocery in a whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but when we see you Monday to Friday, you're well dressed.
Yes.
I mean, different styles, different things. Consistency in your appearance.
Yes, correct.
You know,
correct.
So consistency in everything. Your word. If I said, yes, I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. You don't want to be floundering. You don't want to be all over the place.
Yes, so consistency
in your life.
Generally.
Generally.
All right, well, let's just hold that thought and we're going to take another break and we will be right back.
If you're wondering where to find top-tier quality tiles and products to refurbish or renovate your wall, floor or pool, well, your worry is over. Come to DesVigves Tile and Ceiling Center, Store Bay Local Road, opposite the Bonnecourt Primary School, Tobago, where you will find porcelain, mosaic and ceramic tiles of the highest quality guaranteed. DesVigves Tile and Ceiling Center also stocks thinset, grout, tile cutters and yes, windows. Plus a friendly smile and service that's second to none awaits you. So forget the hassle and get all the quality tiles you need right here in Tobago at DesVigves Tile and Ceiling Center. Call us today at 460-8802, 639-8281. Opens Monday to Saturday from 9 a.m.
Welcome back, viewers, to Transforming Lives One at a Time. Mrs. Daniel, I am convinced that women operate with some element of superpowers. I mean, we can multitask so well, being mothers, nurturers, career women, advisors, sometimes doctors, nurses, everything. Homemakers, and this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
How can we create and maintain that proper balance in our lives so that we won't feel so burnt out?
Right, I love that because so we were talking off air about being that superwoman.
Yes.
I hung up my cape. As a matter of fact, I burned that cape. I am no superwoman. I'm just a woman.
Yes.
You know, with responsibilities. But I think we need to start to prioritize.
Okay.
1 and 2, set boundaries. Not boundaries with people in your sphere, and also ask for help. And that's something we don't do. For example, a woman with children. Teach your children to pick up after themselves.
Yes.
Stop trying to clean the house, wash the wares. Growing up, we had chores to do. Every Saturday, somebody had to cook, somebody had to make the bread, somebody had to clean the house, somebody had to clean the yard, somebody had to do whatever, somebody had to do the toilets, and you need to be able to designate, and that's something we don't do, and you can't designate and micromanage.
Of course, of
right?
course.
You are one person.
Yes.
So you might be working, let's say, a shift job, but you have a family. Listen, you need to let her know from the get-go that, listen, this is how I need help in this way.
Yes.
I need help with the children. I need, when I'm not here, children need to get the homework done. Teach them when you come home from school, you empty your lunch kit, kit, you wash up after yourself, you pack your clothes. Listen, if they could maneuver devices,
yes, of course
they could
can
maneuver a washing machine and a dryer if you have that.
Of course.
They can wash up them after themselves, they can do all those things. But ask for help.
Yeah.
Ask for help, and as I said, set boundaries. I need this time for myself. When I get home, I need 5 minutes. Some women don't have that.
Yeah.
I've heard of women coming through the door, just drop their bag in whatever they have on, and they start to prepare
into
dinner.
the kitchen, yes.
And you have young people in a home, and you have a husband sitting there watching sports. So, no.
Yes.
This is about our family.
Of course. So we have to work together.
We have to work together to do this, and not just the domestic stuff.
Yes.
We're looking at planning. We're looking at finances. Who is paying what? All this. That burden cannot be on you as a woman alone. And you need time away.
Yeah.
From the people in your household. If it's one day, get your hair done, get a massage.
Of course.
Go to the gym, go for a walk. You need that time away. You need to reset and regroup, and because you're still that person.
Yes.
You can't lose yourself.
True.
And we've done that. I'm guilty of that in the beginning until I get sense. You know that you have, because that's when resentment comes in.
Yes.
Oh, they're helping me do nothing. But you didn't ask for the help.
That's right.
And you didn't set the boundaries and say, listen, I want this done. And you can't, after teaching the kids to do whatever, you go and do it over.
That's right. That's right.
Or saying, Huzzy, listen, XYZ, I'm not feeling well today, I need some help, we do whatever. And if you set certain boundaries in your household and let people know what you need, you don't even have to ask. And
so we have to set those boundaries.
Set those boundaries.
We have to put things in place to ensure.
Say what you need, because we expect husband or whoever in your household to read your mind. It doesn't work that way.
And you know, as you talk about that, because I was getting into how our men can contribute significantly to bringing out the queen in our women. Because I was having a conversation with a gentleman, and he was saying to me, he said the problem with a lot of women is that they expect their husbands to read their minds. So they will come and say, they realize they're acting in a different way. What's wrong? What's the problem? Is there something going on? What's happening? Did I do something? Nothing. And you will stay, nothing. But they know that something is wrong. But the husbands cannot read their minds.
Cannot read their minds. No. I want to tell husbands that you have one wife, but you're dealing with like 20 different people. Not that, you know, she's mentally ill or anything.
Yes.
But for example, when your cycle is due, you yourself don't know why you can't stand somebody that you love. I remember at that time in my life, I just wanted to wear cologne. I said, listen to me, please don't wear that cologne.
Yes.
I can't stand it. I remember a day he looked at me. I said, what? And he said, what? Why are you looking at me like that? What happened? And he's like, I don't understand. You know, so things would irritate the wifey.
Right.
Things would irritate even your daughter. So I'm telling my husband, I say, boss, you need to write a book. Because you're around 4 females, and you know our cycles would sync up. And what I realized, he would just separate himself.
Yes.
You know, he would bring all the things that we needed.
Yes.
If you cut chocolate, blah blah blah, he learned, and you know,
and work the program.
Yeah, work the program. So you know, it is very difficult for our men to understand what we need, and we need to say it. Sometimes we really can't verbalize it because we ourselves don't know. Why do I feel this way today? But men have to be more in tune with the woman that you have. She was nice for 2 weeks, and why is she so off?
Right, something.
Brother man, learn that. Oh, okay, I understand. All right.
Yes.
How could I fix that? She might say, okay, but you leave a plate in the sink at that time.
Yes.
Before it will not bother her.
And it becomes a major issue now.
Major thing. So just learn. Learn the woman. Learn why is she behaving the way she behaving. And then, with us, you're having your period or you're going through the menopause. Oh God, I feel fat today. Oh God, I look so bloated. It's a lot going on with us. Oh my God.
And of course, you still have all your responsibilities.
You have all the responsibilities. You still have to cook. You still have to do. I mean, there's some men that would do all those things, but it's a lot for us. It is a lot. It's a lot of mental fatigue as well.
Yes.
Our physical bodies can place a lot of mind games on us. So, yeah, tell the man what you want. Tell the man what's going on. Tell him.
So let me look into the camera for this, ladies. Our men are not mind readers.
They're not.
So whatever is happening with us, whatever, please verbalize it the best way possible in a very respectful manner, because of course, respect is big for our men.
Yes.
And let them know what is happening so they will be in a better position to assist. Because remember, these men love us and they want to ensure that we are happy. But if we are going through a rough time and we are not saying exactly what is the problem, they feel like their hands are tied.
Yes.
They cannot help.
Yeah.
Okay, so men, I just put in that plug for you guys.
We're still supporting you guys.
Of course.
We're supporting you guys,
Definitely. I want us to touch quickly on the importance of our older women teaching our younger women about life, marriage, family, and having that proper balance to successfully navigate in all these areas.
You want me to get up and leave? Because coming back to what we were talking about, being honest.
Yes.
If our older women are honest with, girl, let me tell you something. Marriage is not what we read in book.
Or what we see on the television.
Or we see in the movies. It's not that. Marriage is real life and it's not for the faint of heart. And it's not for little people. It's a mature, big people thing. Yeah? And I'm not saying that to scare people away from marriage.
But it's a reality.
It is reality. But again, I'm coming back to say that if that is, you want to get married, find out who you are. You can't find out who you are in a marriage, it's real problems, and man or woman. So we're talking about the queen in us, yeah?
Yes.
But what about our king? I tell my daughters, that man who comes to you, let him go through what first? So if you, and we could get tired, because Lord, Father, help me. You could get tired because we could be in church.
Yeah, playing the part and everything.
This man, he the choir, oh yeah.
Got you.
But child, like church, he play in church. We're talking about relationship with God. Because if a man loves God, I know I'm going a little off there, but I'm coming back to if a man loves God, he understands the king in him. And he's going to look for that queen in you.
Yes, to bring out.
Yes.
As you as the woman brings out the king in the man will now bring out the queen in you.
And I want to go so far as to say the king is already there. And you as the queen, you're there to remember when they all come together and always. So as older women, be honest. They say, girl, yes, we have issues. This has happened, that has happened. And I think when older women are honest, it helps us as younger women. Not me, because I'm a mature woman. It helps younger women. I tend to forget now. It helps younger women to make better choices.
Yes.
In who that person that they decide to get married to. You know, and be open to when an older woman say, my darling, I ain't think that is for you, you know.
Okay.
You see this thing, but he loved me.
Right.
He loved me. I really love him, you know. You love yourself as much as you love him? That what God tell you? No, but Pastor tell me that. Did God tell you that? Be honest. Why you want to get married?
Yes.
No. Is it to have sex? Why you want to get married now? Is because my friends getting married?
Yeah. You're going to feel left out, alone.
You feel you're getting older. So these are questions that older women could have. Girl, I've been through some stuff.
Yeah.
But no long time in church we used to have that kind of thing. I don't know if that happens anymore with women ministry and stuff.
I remember in Sister Gertrude George's day.
Yeah.
Because I remember being a part of missionettes.
Being honest.
And the older women
we
were
could
there.
talk and then you pull it by itself and you
Yes.
talk about, you know.
Yes. So we
certain
need
things.
that again. We need that kind of collaboration again. We need to create the environment that our older women can be able to come and speak with our younger women.
Yeah. But the truth is, girl, is that a lot of older women are so bitter. They're so hurt. They never forgave themselves. They never forgive whoever hurt them.
Right.
So they mask it with the going to church and involved in everything. It's a mask. But I have not dealt with that. And if we deal with those things, you could imagine how powerful our women would be able to make better decisions.
So we are encouraging our older women,
Yeah.
whatever the hurt, whatever in the past, forgive yourself, move on, so that you can be able to now impart that kind of knowledge, that wisdom into our younger women.
I love that wisdom, because that's what you get from your experience. That's how it's wisdom.
Of course, definitely,
It's
definitely.
wisdom. Yeah.
Well, as we begin to wrap up, I would like you to take the opportunity. I wanted to actually, just before that, speak about self-respect, just a little bit on that, as we're fully aware the greatest level of respect is earned.
Yes.
And it's a two-way thing.
Yes.
So let's just talk quickly about that, and then take the opportunity to speak to our young ladies, middle-aged ladies, and our seniors, just to encourage them.
Yeah. So self-respect. Self-respect is, again, it comes from inside, in here. How do I feel about myself, my worth? Everything has a price. Everything. But you cannot put a price on yourself and to say, I go do X for X amount of dollars. There's nothing, no amount of money somebody can give you to lower your standards.
Yes.
No amount of money. You're worth so much more. And that self-respect, people see it. She don't respect herself, you know. You could have fun. You can do whatever without losing yourself that way. You know? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? And if you don't have that self-respect, anything is anything, you know. Because I really don't care, whatever. And it shows pain.
Yeah.
I don't care how much people want to say, oh, she look hot. No, you don't. And you may think that some men say, oh, that is fire. That is fire for something else. That is not fire for wife, if you're looking for husband. That's not fire for respect. So self-respect is important. When you look in a mirror, you must say, yeah, girl, I like how you're looking.
Right.
I like how you're feeling. It's a work. It's a constant work. I am not done.
Right.
God is still working on me. God is still working. Of course, I am not. There are things in my life that, you know, from time to time, God will show me, hey, We have work to do here.
Yes.
So it's not a done deal. Once you're alive, a work in progress.
Yes.
So should I share with them now?
Yes, please.
So,
into the camera.
as the queen that we are queens, man. And you just have to keep loving yourself, and more so finding out who you are and what God says about you.
Yes.
He has a plan. He has a purpose for your life. Destiny is in you. You have things to accomplish. You don't have time to waste.
Yes.
To settle for less, to sell yourself short, and just no self-respect. Earn that self-respect, and then people would respect you.
Thank you so much. Well, this is how we wrap up for today's program. I want to thank my guest, Mrs. Shorn DesVigves Daniel, the lovely Mrs. Shorn DesVigves Daniel, of Flawless Image Consultancy, for so competently handling this topic today. And it is our hope that something said on this program would indeed impact your life, would indeed ensure that you are the best version of yourself. I am your host, Deanne. And remember, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or you can find us on Facebook, Transforming Lives One at a Time. Share the link, comment, share it with friends and family and all the like. This program is aired every Saturday at 5:30 in the p.m. Well, as is customary, I end the program with a definition of transformation, which is an internal shift that brings us into alignment with our fullest potential. Amen. Hey, we've got this. See you next time.